everyone would please rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I do ask that everyone please sign in who's a visitor to the meeting tonight. Okay, and it's working, it's actually showing all of us, so that's a good thing. Okay, and just sign in for attendance, please. I mean, we can use another sheet of paper if someone's going to do public comment. We can tear up another,
Just put PC.
or put PC next to their name.
What does that mean? Public comment.
Public comment.
Oh.
Sorry.
Corrected. I said,
Oh, you have to
how
put
can we
that
do
down
that?
too.
Still be here.
Okay, give everybody an opportunity to sign in. And is there anyone actually here who does want to make public comment?
I do.
Okay. Is there anyone else? All right, Catherine, that's the first order of business, so.
Yeah, so I want to thank everybody who worked on Harvest Fest. It was a really great event. We actually signed up a couple of new voters, people who are new to town, who are going to be able to vote tomorrow for the first time in Bethany. It's always a good opportunity to talk to the public, so thank you everybody who worked on that project. My other concern is that I have a couple. I took on this job as register of voters, and I was sort of, you know, everybody tells you, as you all know, when you take on a job, it's just a couple hours, and it's not that big of a deal, and you know, it's friendly, happy. I'd always volunteer at the polls, you know. I have experience in that kind of thing, come from a politically active family, so I get it. And it was great, and I love Jan. Jan and I are good partners who work as a team, work very hard as a team. So any implication that I'm her boss or I dictate her behavior or whatever, I don't appreciate it, because all it does is it just affects our ability to work as a team for elections in our town. Speaking of which, so register of voters is kind of a unique position. We're elected, we're appointed, but we're not town employees per se. So we shouldn't be treated like town employees, and we shouldn't be brought into the carpet when something's done that someone doesn't like what we do in our office, in our position. I kind of feel at this point today, particularly, that we're not respected, either between our closet situation, our inability to have access to real estate. I'm very concerned about what's going to happen with early voting and how we're going to have access to the space that we need. It seems like as a town, we have more buildings, we have more space that's available, but yet our ability to get into the rooms that we need, have access to our closets, seems to get limited time after time. And yes, I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. And yes, I'm on trial right now too, in addition to my duties as registered voter. So I'm a little cranky, I'm a little tired. I'm also, the other thing I want to bring up is I love Bethany. I won't live anyplace else. I have properties in other towns I could go live in tomorrow if I wanted to, but I'm here, okay? One thing I do have to say about Bethany, it's kind of mean. And I go to our town meeting, and I've asked people to come and see, just to get their response. Would you come to Bethany if you sat through our town meeting? And what brought to my attention this whole subject is I know two very prominent civil rights lawyers who spoke at our library a number of years ago, and about a book they had written. They both have non-white families. And someone in the audience asked them if they would live in Bethany, and they both said no. These are two very, very successful, very wealthy men. One whom every time he speaks, I stop what I'm doing. I walk away from my own clients and I listen to the work he does in court because he's brilliant. And the other attorney is brilliant too, but he doesn't do as much courtroom work. So that put a stop in my heart, because here I love this town, but there are people in the world who wouldn't feel comfortable living here. And I see it, I understand that. So when I took on this job to be register of voters, I want everybody to come and vote. I want everybody to feel comfortable to vote. I don't care how you vote, just show up. It's really disheartening to have, you know, put the amount of time that we put into in the training and the classes and the certifications, and people don't show up, okay? Because I feel like to have good government, as many people as possible need to participate. And I feel as a town that's being discouraged. And I have people who stop me in the Walmart and tell me that they're afraid to come and vote because they're afraid that, you know, whatever task, let's just say, their needs won't get attended to in the case of emergency. That's why I wanted a private vote, because I want those people to be comfortable voting. They don't want their neighbors to stare them down. And and I have a better strategy about how I'm going to deal with it next time. But I will do my
Catherine, I
best
hate to cut
to
you,
protect.
but it's already been about almost
Okay.
1 minute, so.
I'm going
I
to do
think
my
in
duty to
closure.
protect the voters of Bethany, protect them from discrimination and feelings of harassment. And that's not just me, that's everybody who works on a team. You agree as the same position. So in the future, when you feel like you need to reprimand us, A, you can't, it's not in your authority to do that. You know, you need to talk to the fourth selectman about that.
Moving on, we are going for approval of minutes. The first set to be approved is September 5th for our regular meeting. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. Any comments, questions, or corrections for this set of minutes?
Yep.
Seeing none, I'll call a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, perfect. Second set is for September 14th special meeting. Motion to accept.
Motion to accept.
I'll second.
Okay. Any comments, questions, or corrections on that set?
Yes.
Okay.
If we go down to section 2, here, B or B1 or B2 or whatever. Bethany Solar Society, 1925 for air conditioning, correct? 65,000 for parking lot, yes. What's B1? 1925 for air conditioning, and then B2, 65,000 for air conditioning.
Oh, you're right. Okay,
So
so
that
that should be
should-
for the paving.
Right.
Okay. You got it. Oh, good catch. Yep.
Other than that,
Okay, so motion to accept as corrected.
So what should B2 say?
paving, on 65,000 for parking lot paving or paving or
For the
whatever.
bottom
you
of
wanna
the
call
page.
it.
Yeah, I see it.
All set?
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
Nope.
Okay, motion to accept as amended.
Motion to accept.
I'll second.
All right, seeing no other comments or questions or corrections, all in.
Aye.
Aye, okay, hold on, we're admitting Brad Hooker. Okay, those passed unanimously. And the third set is for September 21st, special meeting. I have a motion to accept those, please.
I don't have that here. Who's that?
It should
It's
be
on the
on
back
the last page, the very back.
Oh,
page,
oh,
the
oh,
very
sorry.
back.
I'll make a
I
motion to
read it
accept
online.
minutes.
Okay, Liz second, okay. Okay, any comments, questions, or corrections on that set?
No.
No, okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, perfect. Those are accepted. Next item is for tax refunds, and you do have a sheet there in front of you for the tax refunds. Fran gave those to me this afternoon, so I'll give you a second to look over those.
My name's not here again.
Can I have a motion to approve the tax refunds as presented? by the
Motion
tax
to approve
collector?
as presented.
I'll second that.
Okay, obviously, we can't make any corrections because this is the list that's been presented to us, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay, fantastic. There are no cemetery deeds, and I apologize, there was an asterisk there, I guess I just forgot to delete it when I did the agenda, so there are none tonight. Vin did send me some updates with regard to the next few items. Russell Road, he has reached out to the seller's attorney, and that attorney did get back to him and said he is still waiting for some information from his client. So it appears that they're still trying to clear their titles. So that's where that stands at this moment in time.
They have a bunch of liens. Is
They
that
had, it seems like they had a series
a
of
bunch of stuff they have to take care of?
title liens, so they're getting that cleared up. With the proposed solar, I'm going to read this and I can give you a copy of it, or you can take a snapshot of it. As far as the proposed solar farm, we have successfully convinced the developer to relocate its proposed solar photovoltaic facility from its proposed location in the residential zone at 0 and 428 Beckmore Road to the B&I zone at 795 Carrington Road. The developer is in the process of negotiating terms with the owner of 795 Carrington Road. The developer has expressed a preference to receive all its approvals from the local land use agencies and not go back to the siting council. Right? Vin has reached out to the chairs of wetlands and zoning to begin a discussion with regard to any setbacks and that kind of thing. At the moment, the proceeding that's pending before the siting council has been stayed, so it's been paused. We expect it to be withdrawn once a deal is finalized between TriTech and the property owner at 795 Carrington Road. So
here,
we are
here.
moving, we are moving forward with that.
Thank God for
And I
Bethany.
actually had one of the residents over there come up to me at the Harvest Festival. She was almost in tears. She was so happy. Because they were notified directly from the siting council as well.
Yes.
So they are aware of what's going
TriTech
on.
has been on the Carrington property, walked around.
They are,
the-
that's
Not
why
the
this
Carrington
is stayed at
property.
the siting, well, on Carrington Road.
Carrington Road, okay.
This is why the site
Different,
council
I'm
has
sorry,
stayed the project right now, because
Yes.
they're giving TriTech the opportunity to have enough time to
Yeah.
check it
no,
out and work with the
Right.
owner.
So far, so good. They've
Right.
seen it.
And from what we understand,
The
they've
7.5
seen it,
acres.
they're appreciative, they accepted it. It's just a matter of working out a deal now.
Right, and they'll work with the
Did they
chairs
lose
of-
money on?
I don't know what
not-
the deal is going to be with the owner of that property and
I'm sure he's
TriTech.
not happy, but
Well, Mr. Fisk, I can't worry
Well,
about
what are
Mr.
you gonna
Fisk. I'm worrying about getting TriTech over in a properly zoned area for this project.
Mhm.
So, that's where we stand with it right now.
Yeah, I
So-
hope it's okay. I hope property works out, it's appropriate. There's no landowners right here, no houses there.
Nope,
There's
it's all-
only the
it's all
Henrys
commercial.
and then the,
It
Other-
was,
yeah, I
it
looked
was
on the
the
map.
Canine Academy,
right.
but
right.
now there's some old used cars parked there, so I'm not quite sure.
it's all
What is it?
business,
It's
BI.
all
on that
commercial
side,
in
doesn't
that
it?
area,
On that
so,
side,
yeah. Okay, so that was for the proposed solar. As far as Deep, he actually did hear back from the woman at Deep, and she said that she and her surveyor will be reviewing the survey ASAP. Now, their definition of ASAP and our definition of ASAP may
It's like
be two
6, 7,
completely
8
different
years
things,
now.
but I'm hoping that it will be, soon. Okay, and that is that, and then Leslie, you're up with, grants.
Well, the town meeting approved the ARPA projects that were before, that we had moved to the town meeting for approval. So that leaves our unallocated funds at the moment at $9,231. So basically, we have an earmark commitment for all of the ARP for the full 1.6 million in ARPA funds. We are not accepting project ideas any longer because there are no funds available. However, the Board of Finance will be reviewing all of the overs and unders on individual projects to determine an exact dollar amount. And if there are funds that could perhaps be shifted to another project that is earmarked, but yet not yet started. But that is action to be taken by the Board of Finance. Steep. The proposal that was put forth for the new project, which would be to expand the Public Works facility for resting quarters, a community room, and pave all of the recycling area, has been approved by the state.
I knew she was gonna have
Another
that reaction.
500,000.
Yeah. We
It is a
were as
sick-
surprised as you. We were as
It
surprised as
is
you.
a $600,000 project. The town will be receiving $500,000. The paving portion alone is in excess of $250,000, which will not need to be put onto a capital expenditure at its face value because of the grant.
Can you itemize this grant again? Okay, it's the total for how much? Total
It's $603,000.
603, yeah. The 500 is the
From the
steep
state.
grant.
500 is from the state, from the
So we have
steep
to
grant.
match. the-
I'm flabbergasted.
We
So
we
were
have
we.
awesome grant writers in town.
Yeah.
They must not
Steep at
have
a
a grant,
20% match.
frankly, probably because of ARPA money and everything
Well,
else.
because we had just
They
gotten
had-
the other one, that's why we
It was,
figured
I
we
was
weren't-
really not,
Yeah.
I didn't think that would come through at all.
We
I
were,
was-
we were as flabbergasted
In
as
terms
you were.
of rating and ranking it.
Yeah, so
very
they must like
surprised.
Bethany. I don't know, it's the.
No, that's not it.
Okay,
So-
all
We know,
right.
we know how to ask.
I do too.
So about 250 of it is for paving and the balance is to put a second floor on the office area of Public Works.
Can that be used for something else? Because it does seem, and I've
Well,
heard
there
this
will
from
be,
many
there will
people.
be, there will be community space available there for meetings. We will be able to use it as a warming or cooling center
Or, okay, emergency.
for
purposes.
emergencies,
Yeah.
correct.
So it's
that's
not, yeah, it's not
Because
just.
otherwise, We didn't have many snowstorms last year and the drivers.
Don't
did plow
jinx
a
us.
lot. Okay.
Don't
yeah.
jinx us.
But when they
Because your
spend,
winter
when they
hasn't
spend
gotten here yet.
72 hours during a hurricane or a tornado, they're sleeping on the floor, so. Yeah, last year was good.
Well, I would.
Next year, who
Well,
knows?
let's- Yeah,
Yeah,
2 years ago, they slept on the floor 3 days in a row.
I would hope
So-
the firehouse would be available to them also. that they're
Firehouse-
Not just shut out of that, because those guys have. places
Firehouse
to-
does not have any resting station right now. They have no areas to accommodate the public or the employees.
What?
They have no areas available to accommodate public or our town employees during a extended emergency or extended work area. or
They have
extended
their
whatever.
own though. They have their own.
For the firemen and for the, yes.
Okay, but we got it. That was,
I'm
that was.
flabbergasted.
I knew you were gonna have that reaction,
Who's
because we had
gonna,
it.
who's gonna be managing the grant? What's the
Jen and I will
emergency?
be managing it.
Well, on this side, but on their side, who's managing it?
Don't know.
What do you
They
don't-
haven't
we
given us the contract yet.
No, we don't have the
They
contract yet.
just, the state just made the announcement Friday. I
Friday.
think it was Friday.
Friday.
I
morning,
usually
so-
do it in October, before October 15th, because.
Election time.
So, yeah.
Guess what?
That's fine.
I
That's
did,
fine.
yes.
Well,
that's why.
you
The
know,
architect, we already have architectural renderings and I'll be managing the project when it goes through. So
Yeah, the building part.
we're in good hands, if I don't say so myself.
So Mike Katzmark, can I work with you at all on this? So I'm just saying, if that's a backup.
I will-
for
I will-
emergency purposes.
I will be, we will be asking for input from everyone. Every different, emergency management things, the police, the fire department, the
the fire
emergency
marshal,
management,
the
There's
building-
a
Fire
lot- a lot
marshal,
of
building
folks in town
department.
Do not think it's appropriate use of money, even though it's steep money, grant money,
Mhm.
that there's not a great need for it. So
Okay.
if it could be used for other
It can-
purposes.
As you
Yeah.
know, because you used to do grants, you were a grant writer, you
You're
worked in the
marked
grant
for that.
department. When you apply for a grant, it is a specific
I know.
grant.
Yeah.
What you apply for is what you pay, what you get. You can't say, never mind, we're gonna do this instead.
No.
It
It
can
would still
only
be
be
for that
used
purpose,
for
but
this.
Yeah.
if you're just saying that it could be emergency purposes. Or if something went wrong and there's a community.
Yes,
room
that's
available.
the whole idea.
Okay,
There's a generator, there's showers, there's bathrooms. There's heat, there's air conditioning, there's parking. It's perfect. We have very few centers in town right now. If something were to happen, there's nowhere for people to go.
Because we don't have showers here. We have a
Uh,
generator, but we don't
The
have,
junior high, because of the search stuff, I remember.
but their
was the-
generator only,
No, the junior high would be a fantastic place. However, the town, unless it's a declared state of emergency, has no jurisdiction over junior high.
Okay.
and their
We
generator
can
only
borrow-
works their refrigeration
Yeah,
and
there was an
something.
issue with
It's
it.
very limited
was
on
an
what
issue.
it
Yeah.
runs.
And we can possibly use the grammar school with permission. So if something happens, if we're told no, then it's no, then we're home. And I realize that Bethany is, most people have generators, most people are very self-sufficient. But if something bad happens, we need places to go.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
So if the government wants to take it out of this pocket and put it in this pocket, we're more than happy.
But right now, that's, let's see the contract that they send us to, so.
Okay.
Okay, but yeah, I knew you were gonna have that reaction.
Well, you did a good job and Jennifer did too. Yeah.
Last year's steep grant, we are waiting for the final reimbursement. We have submitted the paperwork to close it out. All the work is done.
Yeah.
And everything, I mean, the annex is moving right along.
Can I give an update on the annex while we're talking?
Go ahead.
We began the annex September 5th. It's 4 weeks into it. We should be done in about a week and a half.
Hopefully, yeah.
Completely redid the entire building
That's with the Woodbridge company.
with Taylor.
Taylor.
Taylor, and again, they win the bid, but they're willing to work with us. They've been working 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Because they know that the more faster they work, the more money they get, because they don't
Then they get
spend
other
4
jobs.
months
Yeah.
working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And me riding them the whole time doesn't hurt. So I'm getting there. So far, so good.
Okay.
Because there's a need. I mean, the kids have to get back in there because right now we're, beg borrowing and stealing
space.
space from everybody else.
Yeah, where are they?
Well, they're in the gym, they're in the conference room, they're at the school, they're pretty much everywhere,
Okay.
so.
So, but it does look beautiful. You have to, when you come tomorrow, you have to take a look,
Okay.
okay?
The Deloro money, we are working our way towards a contract. That's the only update I have on that. Trip, we're still waiting. We have no idea if we're going to be approved or not. We are the only town in this cog that is eligible,
But
but
I've asked
the
again for an
state
update, but
has not released the recipients.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating because the money was supposed to be in our hands
August,
by-
I think, right? Or
by June 30th
30th,
of
okay.
23,
Yeah.
and they have now delayed the funding until July of 2024.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
Yes. Shovel ready, how much? A year later, who knows, but we'll see.
is it still gonna happen though?
They-
We're hopeful. They told us that we were pretty good, but I guess they had to hire extra people to review the applications that came in because they got so many. But I said to, actually, I was talking with someone from Scrod this morning and said to them, you know, if they prioritize their cogs, we're the only town in this cog that's eligible for this thing. This should be a no-brainer that, like, just look at ours and let us know. You know, it's not like all 15 towns in this cog are applying for it. We're the only one, but
Right,
of
right.
course, it's the
They're waiting for
state,
the
and
whole
they're just,
state,
yeah.
yeah.
And,
Yeah,
and then the
so-
problem is, give us a yes or no. We have to plan, the road has to be done, Round Hill Road. So either we're gonna fund it through TRIP, or we're gonna fund it through capital, but it has to get done, so. I mean, they're holding us hostage at this point.
Well, it's new, it's new.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so hopefully maybe next time we'll have some information, but right now,
We can hope.
we're in limbo,
Okay.
just waiting. So, and that comes to, wow, that comes to other business to come before the board.
Y'all look at me.
I'm good.
I usually have something to say.
Well, okay, I have one thing to
yes,
say.
go
The
ahead.
Harvest Festival, everybody involved did a wonderful job.
It was great.
The weather threw us all kinds of curveballs and they did a beautiful job.
B&B Transportation always steps up
Yes,
and came
yes.
through. in
It
the
was very well
pinch,
attended. The
and-
weather was perfect. Nobody could park, you know,
But
they
it
did
worked,
good.
it worked.
Yeah,
People
it
parked
did
at the
good.
Superette, they parked on Munson Road, they parked
The
at
buses,
Veterans,
yeah,
they
they
parked, I
did
mean,
well.
it worked. lots
For a
out in
last
Barrel
minute
and-
thing, they did a perfect job.
Yeah.
And I want to commend them for that.
Absolutely. Everybody just stepped up and did what they had to do, so it was great. It was great.
I guess one of the things that I've been concerned about is the lack of arts in Bethany. The lack of a place for the arts. I mean, there are a lot of places that have been built up through grants money and this and that, which are helpful for our troopers, you know, down the hill, and for our public works department, for our fire department. But that the image of Bethany used to be, when we first moved into town, there was a little theater that's long
Oh,
gone.
wow, that was a while ago. That was a
Yeah,
long time
there
ago, yeah.
also was music. People would have classical music every once in a while. And even music at the airport.
The concerts. We used to
So-
have- I remember used to be some concerts out in the back.
I would
too.
like to propose that we have an arts commission. Like other towns,
Something to talk
and
about.
consider that.
Something to talk about.
And it wouldn't be just events, but having a home, a place. I had hoped the old firehouse would be.
I know the
Like an art
library
shop
did
or-
there, we did something with local artists, what was it, back in August?
Who's that?
The library,
The library
had
always does
their,
stuff, yeah, they do
yeah.
things all the time with a small group of artists, but there's more to art than that
Mm.
in town. And it's way overdue in this town, to add some culture to the town. And so I would like to propose that we
Something to-
create an arts commission, study what that would be, who would be on it, what would happen, and that would be,
something to investigate.
right, theater, music,
Okay.
painting, whatever, sculpture.
Something to
There are
investigate.
a lot of folks in town who can do that. We also have a lot of, yeah, so I think that it's overdue.
Okay. Anything else?
No,
We
right
only have
now.
a couple of meetings left. I can't believe it.
I'm gonna have a long list next meeting, you wait.
Okay, nothing else?
Motion to adjourn.
So moved, second. 7:26. Wow, kudos. Thank you,
She never gets
Brad,
out
for
of it.
attending via Zoom. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
There's only one person on Zoom?
He was